Good morning, this is Clint with Seek and Adventure. Hey, we're gonna go check out some gas mileage on the 2018 JK Wrangler with 3.6, have 373 gears in it, have 285 75 17 tires, which is equivalent to a 34 11 50. They actually measure just like 33 and an eighth. I'm going to be re-gearing, going to be putting 456 gears in it here next weekend, if everything goes all right and I have the time. So today we're going to go out on a test drive, 76 miles long. It's going to be a windy road, miles up to 70 miles an hour, kind of hilly, gain a little bit of elevation. We're here in Wyoming, so it's kind of hard to find a day when it's not windy. So today's pretty good. So we're going to run out there, gas up, and I'll talk to you then. Thanks. We're here at the gas station, just finished filling up. I'll go ahead and use pump 3 when I come back. I have the computer reset, the trip reset. We will also be using Gaia. This is our route we're going to follow, this green line. And I'm just going to record a track there, just kind of see how close our mileage is. The wind's blowing about 20 miles an hour, maybe gusting a little higher today. So here we are. I have the cruise control set at 70 miles an hour. Running in fourth gear right now, about 27 to 2800 RPM. I'll check that when we get the 456 gears in there. And I have reprogrammed the computer when I put these tires on there, so it is reprogrammed for that. I'll reprogram it when I put the 456 gears in there. Okay, it looks like it upshifted into drive, so we're in fifth gear now. So you know, I show about half a mile an hour difference between the speedometer and my GPS. I'll give you an update here after a little bit. Thanks. So here we are with our first leg of our journey. We averaged 14.5. I was with about 4 miles of 65 mile an hour, and then about 21 or so of 70 mile an hour. Okay, we just finished up our second leg of our little journey of seeing our gas mileage. I'm really surprised. It went up to 15.4. As you can see, we gained about 1,000 feet of elevation. Most of that leg was 45 to 50 miles an hour, and then there was like probably 3 miles of road in there where we drove 20-25 because it had a lot of switchbacks and really windy. So there's another 20 miles there. So we'll head back to town, fill up, see what we get, because I don't like to go by the Lio meter, but what I've found usually is that it's within half a mile per gallon. So I wanted to show you the RPM. So here we are doing 70 miles an hour. It's in drive, fifth gear. We're turning about 2250 for RPM. I'll show you this once we get the new gears in here in the next couple of weeks. We'll get a day to come out here and do this loop again. See what our mileage is doing. Oh, we're up to 16.5 now, but we're headed back towards town, so we have a tailwind. So we'll see what this guy does. So here we are going up Goose Egg Hill. I have the cruise set at 65. That's what the speed limit is. Just downshifted. Okay, just downshifted into third now before we made it to the turnoff to Goose Egg. So we'll check that when we get the other gears in and see what it does. Okay, so here we are back at the gas station, pump 3, same pump that I filled up at. It took 4.336 gallons. I'm really surprised by this. The computer said we averaged 17.5. I was gonna guess it was gonna be in the mid to upper 15s, maybe close to 16. We went 77 miles. GPS said we went 76.22 miles. So it's off a tiny bit there, but not much. Our ascent was 2,490 feet. average was 53.6 miles an hour. So let's go ahead and see what we end up with. Okay, we'll calculate it. So 77 miles divided by 14.336 equals 17.75. That's pretty close to the computer, quarter mile per gallon off. So what we're gonna do is next couple weeks we're gonna put the new gears in, 456s. We'll go run the same course. Something else I wanted to show you is our ascent was 2,490 feet, 53.6 miles per hour moving average. Distance was 76.22. So we're about 8/10 of a mile off there. So we'll catch you later. Hello, this is Clint again. We got the new gears put in, put some Revolution 456 gear ratio. Went ahead and went with the Eaton E-locker in the rear. Left the front open. One of these days I might upgrade the front axle. So I figured no sense putting the money in it. So it is April 11th today. We're in the COVID-19 things, so I didn't record filling up, but I just went ahead and topped off. Gonna go run the same loop as we did earlier in the video. I think that was a 77-mile loop. We have close to the same wind. It's really not blowing as hard as it was when we did the first trip. So we'll just go ahead and see how everything goes. So you know, be driving the speed limit, cruise control, let it go. I'll show you the difference in RPM between the two, and then go from there. Talk to you in a little bit. So back with you again. We're about halfway through our loop. We're at 38 miles. Our total loop is 77. So on the way out, I'll show you a couple of screenshots. 55 miles an hour, we were turning about 2150 RPM. I bumped it up to 65. We were turning 2530, we're approximately right in there. And then at 70, we were turning 2730 or so. So I think we gained a little over 500 RPM since I re-geared it. Our miles per gallon right now showing on the meter is 16.8. I do have about 1,500 miles on the gears since put them in. You know, did the oil change on it around 700 miles. Went with the Revolution gears, Eaton E-locker. Pretty happy with it. They're nice and quiet so far. Going down the road, definitely noticed it does pull a little harder before it shifts. One thing I did notice though, as soon as I re-geared it using a J-Scan app, reprogrammed it for the different gear ratio, and was noticing that it holds gear, especially the second and third gear, like at a slight incline. It holds those gears for a lot longer before it wants to shift, and sometimes it's hard to get it to shift. I mean, it'll run up to 4,000, 4,500 RPM, just a light throttle, and just keeps holding it. After doing research, I noticed or found that when people re-gear and recalibrate their PCM, that they are having that issue and stuff. And I did find a company that goes in and reprograms the transmission control module for the shift point, so I might get that done one of these days. I cleared all the codes and stuff, still kind of shifts the same way. Some days it isn't as bad as others, so I'll just kind of put a couple more thousand miles on it, see what it does, and if it keeps doing that, I might go ahead and send the TCM in and get it reprogrammed. So we'll catch back up with you here when we get closer to town and get topped off and see what kind of mileage we have and see how it compares to the 373 gears. How are you? What are you doing? You enjoying your ride? So anyway, I'll throw up a side-by-side comparison of 70 miles an hour, the RPM. Like I said earlier, I think we were running just a hair over 2,700. You can see the average mile per gallon right now, about 17.7. So we'll see. We got a couple little hills to climb on the way back to town before we fill up, but looking like we got a decent tailwind right now. So got Riley right here checking things out. She saw Aria was getting some attention, so she was kind of wanting some. So okay, we're coming up on the last big hill. Let's kind of see what it does compared to before. Before we shifted down to third gear. So we're running fifth gear right now. I'll try to put these side by side just so you can kind of see. So there's a fourth. Just getting ready to pass Goose Egg Road. Yeah, right there. Still holding fourth gear. 65 miles an hour. So, still holding fourth. About 6 miles left before we fill up, showing 17.5 miles per gallon. Still holding fourth. I'm going to shift down into third. So you can see where the lower gears definitely helped out there. So, let's see. Should be shifting back into fifth here pretty quick. Yep, there it went. So just cruising along. So, probably with the COVID-19 stuff, probably won't record filling up. I'll just kind of show you the gas pump and everything. Just kind of a pain trying to keep your hands sanitized and camera and everything. So we'll catch you in a bit. Okay folks, just finished filling up. Took 4.233 gallons. We went 76.4 miles. Last time was right at 77 miles. Assuming the difference a little bit is from the gear ratio change in the PCM. I think I changed the tire height just a tiny bit too, just to get the speedometer matching GPS. But our GPS I think showed 76.4, so those are really close. So we ended up with 18.02 miles per gallon. Before with the 373s we were 17.75. So yeah, there was an increase of a quarter mile per gallon. Not a whole lot. I guess when you look at the benefits of having lower gears and taller tires, you know, it's definitely turning more RPM than what it was factory. But here in the future, once these tires wear out, I'm gonna go taller size yet. I'd like to get something, a true 35-inch tire. As I say, these are 34 1150 17s, 285 75 17s, but they call them 34 1150. But they actually measure right at 33 inches. So doing good. So happy with it. Glad I did it. I was thinking the gas mileage would be better, probably 1.5 miles, 2 miles a gallon better out on the highway. But I was really surprised with the 373s. We ended up getting 17.75. So, but with that said, we'll just keep on trucking, and when we get different tires on here, maybe I'll do another video in the future. So if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. See if we can answer them. Talk to you later. Have a good day and stay safe.